morning. And welcome to the UU Church of the South Hills, also known as Sunnyhill. We're delighted that you could join us today for this service. Our mission here at Sunnyhill is to create a more just and compassionate community within and beyond our walls. My name is Krista Stanley, and I serve as a worship associate for this congregation. If you're a newcomer or a visitor to our congregation, please go to sunnyhill.org and click on the button that says New to Sunnyhill to receive more information about our congregation and to receive our weekly email newsletter. Also, if you'd like to be greeted as a newcomer after the service, please take a red mug and members will seek you out to make sure you're warmly welcomed. And if you're joining us online today, please say hello or good morning in the comments on Facebook or YouTube. We'd like to hear from you and extend a welcome to you. We welcome children of all ages to our service. For quiet play, we have a children's area here in the sanctuary. And for louder activities, we have the nursery just outside the corner entrance of the sanctuary. We also have a comfort room accessible through the back hallway, which you can hear and see the service. Just a gentle reminder to everyone, please be sure to silence your cell phones or other electronic devices so we won't be interrupted during the service. Today's sermon is titled, Let America Be America. Langston Hughes wrote a poem with the title in 1935 as a rallying cry for greater freedom and inclusion. 90 years later, it has lost none of its power in calling for an as-yet unborn America that makes real the dream of justice and liberty for all. How can we help make this dream a reality in our own era? Our opening words were written by Heather Janiels. Our prophets died for the freedom of faith. We are here in their spirit. We are here to practice and sustain our living tradition. To light a chalice, claiming for justice, the heat and power of fire, in our free faith, we are here, seeking freedom from despair, the freedom to be loved as ourselves, and the freedom to grow beyond imagination. We are here, gathered in the name of all that we find holy. Let us give thanks for the gift of gathering here. Please join me in saying the words for lighting our chalice. May the light of truth illumine our minds. May the spark of love set our hearts on fire. May the flame of freedom burn brightly within us, now and always.
Good morning. Please rise in body or spirit and join us in singing Gather the Spirit.
Witness the mystery of this Good morning, friends. It is now our time for all ages. If there are any kids present, now's your chance to come on up. Good morning, friends. How's everyone doing today? Good. Can anyone tell me what a dream is?
A dream is something that you really want to come true, but you have to make it true.
Wow, that's beautiful. A dream is something you really want to come true, but you have to make it true. Wow, that's really great. Great job. So that took away most of my story. Great job. Is there another kind of dream as well? What about when we go to sleep at night? What do we do then?
We dream about stuff.
And what does that mean? We dream about stuff.
Like, if we dream about something, we dream of, something, but, we don't know what's going to happen.
It's hard to explain a dream, right? Yeah?
Like something like that, can be weird or sometimes.
Yeah,
Think about while you're
that's exactly right. Something weird or silly or scary that we might think about when we're sleeping. It's kind of like our mind goes on a journey. Sometimes we can remember the journey we went on, sometimes we can't. And we learned a dream doesn't just happen when we sleep. A dream can also be something that our soul yearns for. We need these kind of dreams for ourselves and for our world. So today we're going to hear a poem about a man named Langston Hughes. But before we do, let's settle in a little bit. Can we feel the earth under our bodies as we're able? Just settle in, touch the ground if you can. Let's breathe in the air around us. Fill your lungs up all the way. And then slowly let it out. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in. And slowly let it out. All right, so while I read this poem, I want you to try to think about what this world looks like that Langston Hughes is dreaming for. I dream a world. I dream a world where man, no other man will scorn, where love will bless the earth and peace its paths adorn. I dream a world where all will know sweet freedom's way, where greed no longer saps the soul, nor avarice blights our day. A world I dream where black or white, whatever race you be, will share the bounties of the earth, and every man is free, where wretchedness will hang its head, and joy, like a pearl, attends the needs of all mankind. Of such I dream, my world. Langston Hughes was a Black dreamer, poet, writer, social activist, and so much more. He was a leader in a movement called the Harlem Renaissance, which was a revival of African American music, dance, art, fashion, literature, theater, and more in New York City in the 1920s. That was like 100 years ago. Hughes spoke out for equality and celebrated the dignity in being Black at a time when the American culture said otherwise. Langston Hughes had shared his dreams through the art of spoken word, a gift for which we are so grateful. As we continue throughout our day and our week ahead, let us continue to keep his words and his dream with us. A dream of a world of peace, love, freedom, and joy. And with that, we will head downstairs to our RE class.
As you go, may joy surround you. As you go, go in peace. Know our love is with you always.
When Woody Guthrie wrote the words, "This land was made for you and me," by you and me, he didn't mean just middle-class white Christian folks. He also meant Native Americans who had been here for thousands of years before the first European ever set foot on this continent. He also meant immigrants, because we are and always have been a nation of immigrants. By "this land was made for you and me," he also meant African Americans whose ancestors came here shackled in chains and who are still suffering from the reality of systemic racism. He also meant Jews and Muslims and Hindus and Sikhs and people of other religions and no religion at all. When he wrote, "This land was made for me and you," he meant everybody, which was something of a radical idea. But it's an idea whose time, I believe, has come again. So please join me in singing along in the choruses of this song with some amount of gusto in that spirit of inclusion that's really at the heart of what our country has been and ought to be about.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land
morning. My name is Jean Ferlin, and I am a member of our pastoral care team. I forget that I'm short, I'm sorry. We are here to support you if you are worried about a personal situation, comfort you when you are grieving, support friends and family involved in caregiving, maintain contact with those unable to attend church due to illness or disability. Troubles may be lessened when someone listens without advice or judgment, who understands and cares. This is in keeping with the worth and dignity of every person. So, should you feel like talking, reach out to a member of the pastoral care team. For questions, contact Reverend Jim or a member of the team. You can submit a joy or sorrow on Sunnyhill's website or on the orange form that are on the desk in the entrance room. After each joy or sorrow that I read, please respond by saying, "We hold you in our hearts." And we have one sorrow this morning. It was written by Valerie Putaki on behalf of Bill and Marley Miller. Please keep the Miller family in your prayers as they lost their wife and mother, Jendi, in a terrible accident over the weekend. We do not know them personally, but they are good friends with our niece, and Jendi will be missed. To the Miller family and all who care about them, we hold you in our hearts. As we listen to a musical meditation, we invite anyone who feels moved to do so to come forward, light a candle, place it in the sand, and return to your seat.
Stay
Please join me in the spirit of meditation or prayer. In the silence of this moment, in the warmth of this gathered community, we seek stillness, not a lifeless stillness, but the stillness that precedes thoughtful action, the stillness that allows our souls to breathe, the stillness that brings strength and resolve. As we pause for a moment of silence, let us sense together our shared strength and resolve. How beautiful it is to breathe together. How needed it is. May the stillness of this moment bring healing to our spirits. May the essence of this moment bring the flowering of restorative justice. And may we find the peace of true harmony now and always. Amen. Langston Hughes, as we heard earlier, was an American poet, social activist, and essayist. He lived from 1902 to 1967. He was one of the leading lights of the literary and artistic movement known as the Harlem Renaissance of the 1920s and 30s, and he was one of the originators of what was called the jazz poem, a form of poetry that draws its rhythms and its form from jazz music and from the Black American vernacular oral and literary traditions. The poem by Langston Hughes, which I'm about to read, Let America Be America Again, was written in 1935 in the midst of the Great Depression, at a time when the nation was struggling not only with economic hardship, but also with injustices based on class, race, gender, nationality, and ethnicity, struggles that continue to this day, albeit in somewhat different forms. Scattered throughout the poem are parenthetical phrases and sentences that burst the bubble of the myth of America as a land that was founded with liberty and justice for all, when in fact at the time of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, 20% of all those dwelling in the American colonies were enslaved Africans, and tens of thousands of Native Americans who were described in the Declaration itself as merciless Indian savages had been dealt nothing but injustice since the arrival of Europeans on the American continent. And so throughout the poem, Hughes inserts these parenthetical retorts like America never was America to me, to give voice to those who have been historically marginalized and oppressed, as a reminder of the ways in which America had not yet lived into the dream of its founding myths. As the columnist Roger Cohen notes, Hughes at the last does not descend into despair. His is a rallying cry for inclusion. The poem leads to an oath to an unrealized idea, battered but alive, not to blackness against whiteness or whiteness against blackness, but to an as yet unborn America that makes real the dream of justice and liberty for all. Beyond all the current indignities inflicted upon it, America will be uplifting once more, even in its imperfection. Let America Be America Again by Langston Hughes. Let America be America again. Let it be the dream it used to be. Let it be the pioneer on the plain seeking a home where he himself is free. America never was America to me. Let America be the dream, the dreamer's dream. Let it be that great strong land of love where never kings connive nor tyrants scheme, that anyone be crushed by one above. It never was America to me. Oh, let my land be a land where liberty is crowned with no false patriotic wreath, but opportunity is real and life is free. Equality is in the air we breathe. There's never been equality for me nor freedom in this homeland of the free. Say, who are you that mumbles in the dark? And who are you that draws your veil across the stars? I am the poor white, fooled and pushed apart. I am the Negro bearing slavery's scars. I am the red man driven from the land. I am the immigrant clutching the hope I seek and finding only the same old stupid plan of dog eat dog, of mighty crush the weak. I am the young man full of strength and hope, tangled in that ancient endless chain of profit, power, gain, of grab the land, of grab the gold, of grab the ways of satisfying need, of work the men, of take the pay, of owning everything for one's own greed. I am the farmer, bondsman to the soil. I am the worker, sold to the machine. I am the Negro, servant to you all. I am the people, humble, hungry, mean, hungry yet today, despite the dream. Beaten yet today, oh pioneers. I am the man who never got ahead, the poorest worker bartered through the years. Yet I'm the one who dreamt our basic dream in the old world while still a serf of kings, who dreamt a dream so strong, so brave, so true, that even yet its mighty daring sings in every brick and stone, in every furrow turned that's made America the land it has become. Oh, I'm the man who sailed those early seas in search of what I meant to be my home. For I'm the one who left dark Ireland's shore and Poland's plain and England's grassy lea, and torn from black Africa's strand I came to build a homeland of the free. The free? Who said the free? Not me, surely not me. The millions on relief today, the millions shot down when we strike, the millions who have nothing for our pay, for all the dreams we've dreamed and all the songs we've sung and all the hopes we've held and all the flags we've hung, the millions who have nothing for our pay except the dream that's almost dead today. Oh, let America be America again, the land that never has been yet and yet must be, the land where everyone is free, the land that's mine, the poor man's, Indians, Negroes, me, who made America, whose sweat and blood, whose faith and pain, whose hand at the foundry, whose plow in the rain, must bring back our mighty dream again. Sure, call me any ugly name you choose. The steel of freedom does not stain. From those who live like leeches on the people's lives, we must take back our land again. America. Oh yes, I say it plain, America never was America to me, and yet I swear this oath, America will be. Out of the rack and ruin of our gangster death, the rape and rot of graft and stealth and lies, we, the people, must redeem the land, the mines, the plants, the rivers, the mountains and the endless plain, all the stretch of these great green states, and make America again. In the wake of last year's elections and the subsequent political, economic, and social chaos we've experienced, this poem seems especially relevant and especially poignant. We have seen, in some cases, a literal whitewashing of American history in recent months, as the stories of the struggles of Native Americans, Black Americans, and others have been removed from national parks and monuments, from history books and school curricula, and elsewhere. As poet and Carnegie Mellon professor Camille Rankin writes, "Let America be America again" has been ringing in my ears for months now. It snaked its way into the back of my mind when the Trump campaign again rolled out its red-hatted slogan, "Make America Great Again." The first time I saw those words, Rankin says, I knew exactly what they meant, and that they weren't meant for me, a Black woman. I knew that the great America hoped for within those words was one where I'm a little less free, where the patriarchal grip on every system of power is white-knuckled, and unassailable. For a person of color in America, Rankin says, there is no greater time than a hopeful future. There are no good old golden days of yore. I don't do nostalgia, she says. I don't long for anything before because life becomes more dangerous for me the further I go back. Rankin continues, after Trump's victory, I watched the liberal flank of white America shimmering in its astonished disbelief, feeling betrayed by a place they thought they knew. What had this country become? The violent white male supremacy that Trump traded on throughout his campaign and throughout his presidency is embedded in the foundation of this place. The country we all woke to after the election was the same one it's always been. Black America has been living in that reality all along, and we've been trying to show you. The ugly violence of white patriarchy has never been hidden from people of color in this country. Indeed, it is part of their everyday lives. And it has been with some measure of disbelief that Black America has watched the unfolding astonishment of liberal white America as the scales have started to fall from some of our eyes. But many of us have not been able to see, or have not wanted to see, the truth that has been revealed. Because if we see it, and see it clearly, if we really see the virulent, state-sanctioned, race-based violence that has been on full display recently, then we might actually have to do something about it. And when we get some sense of the enormity of the problem before us, the problem of an America that has never been America to many of its citizens, we tend to fall into despair. Going back to the Langston Hughes poem, again, as journalist Roger Cohen noted, Hughes at the last does not descend into despair. His is a rallying cry for inclusion. The poem leads to an oath to an unrealized idea, battered but alive. not to blackness against whiteness or whiteness against blackness. In this time of tribal smallness, Cohen says, never shrug at the assault from on high of the American idea, flawed as it has always been. In 1938, 3 years after the poem was written, Thomas Mann, the German writer, defined democracy as that form of government and society which is inspired above every other with the feeling and consciousness of the dignity of humankind. The task before us is to see the very real chasm that exists between the American ideal and the American reality without flinching, and then lean into the work of making the America that could be real for all and not just some. As writer Anand Giridharadas says, we are not who we think we are. That is always a hard thing to hear, but it's also a creative thing to hear, because what I'm not saying is you've got to live up to my values. What I'm suggesting is we've got to live up to our values. It's not that you have to live up to my values, it's that we have to live up to our values. Embedded in the core of the idea of America is a deep commitment to justice, equity, and inclusion. Those aren't just progressive values, those are American values. And those values are also at the core of our Unitarian Universalist principles and values, especially our commitment to the idea that every person is inherently worthy and has the right to flourish with dignity, love, and compassion, and our promise to work to be diverse, multicultural, beloved communities where all feel welcome and can thrive. And all of this work, if it is to have any chance of succeeding, must be driven by our central value of love. As Cornel West put it when he addressed the UUA General Assembly some time ago, when you love people, you hate the fact that they're being treated unfairly. You tell the truth, you sacrifice your popularity for integrity. There is a willingness to give your life back to the people, given that in the end, they basically gave it to you, because we are who we are, because somebody loved us anyway. When we're able to walk the talk, when we're able to shine the light of truth and integrity in the shadowy places of our lives and act upon what we find there, then we are living into the possibility of a world transformed, a world where real healing and reconciliation might take place, a world in which we might make America again. And the time to do that work is now. As W.E.B. Du Bois said, now is the accepted time, not tomorrow, not some more convenient season. It is today that our best work can be done, and not some future day or future year. It is today that we fit ourselves for the greater usefulness of tomorrow. Today is the seed time, now are the hours of work, and tomorrow comes the harvest and the playtime. As we work to make America and America for all, I hope and pray that we will have the courage to follow where our integrity leads, to shine the light of honesty on all the shadowy places of our lives and our world, the places where oppression is rooted, and that we will act upon what we find with courage and perseverance. May it be so. Amen. Please rise in body and or spirit and join in singing, I Know I Can.
Sorry, my brain went a little offline there a second. we all got it. Our Share the Plate beneficiary for the month of July is UU Justice PA, whose mission is to pursue justice by voting, advocating, and making just public policies. UU Justice PA is working for real change for real people. Contributions help sustain the fight for justice for all of Pennsylvania. You can make a gift online on our website or by text at 412-324-3130. We'll be passing our offering baskets for cash and checks in just a moment. If you're writing a check, please make it out to UUCSH and put Share the Plate in the memo line. Please join me in saying the words for extinguishing our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of unity, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Just a couple of brief announcements before our closing words. You're invited to join us for a drop-in sharing circle today after the service from 11:15 to 12:15. Sharing circles offer a chance to reflect, listen, and connect in a supportive and respectful space. Carlos Alvarez and Joe Barker will be facilitating. If you visited the previous information session and learned about sharing circles, please join us once again to experience it for yourself. Also, an announcement for families joining us. Please join us outside after the service in the playground. Maybe. It could be in the fellowship hall or elsewhere. Look for Jen for a popsicle play date. Thank you to Nikki and Mika for hosting this fun event for families. Also, I want to thank my sermon writing class students who have been delivering their sermons over the course of the summer. We've had 3 so far with Bethany, Carlos, and last week Paul. They've all done a superb job. There are 4 more coming up, including in the next 2 weeks when I will be gone. So thank you for everyone who has been participating in these classes and doing such a fine job. And for anyone who's interested in taking my sermon writing class, keep an eye on the beat and you'll see information about how to do that sometime in this coming church year. For now, we'll close with these words. May the truth that makes us free, and the hope that never dies, and the love that casts out all fear, lead us forward together till the day breaks and the shadows flee away. Go in peace.
Thank you, Doug. Lovely.